Shalom and howdy YouTube. Today was an interesting day for the watchman. This morning, well, I'll tell you how it happened. This morning it started, well no, let me back up a couple of days. A couple of days ago I was watching a video on YouTube. There was a guy walking around in a Walmart with a sidearm. And I discovered that it was Michigan. So that got me thinking. So what I did, I sent the sheriff here in my location an email, and I didn't hear from him for a couple of days, for whatever reason. Could be busy, what have you. So this morning, I went to the sheriff's office personally and spoke with one of the deputies there and gave them the scenario and inquired about North Carolina state laws regarding sidearms. I already had an idea what the laws were because I already researched it online, but I wanted to get a gauge on where they were up here regarding that. And the deputy said, not a problem. In North Carolina, as long as it's displayed, it's open carry. And I'll show you what I mean. It's not concealed. In North Carolina, you need a license or permit for concealed weapon. But to just carry it in the open, you don't need anything because North Carolina state laws say you can do it. And if you have it in your vehicle, as long as it is displayed, not brandished, just displayed, it's perfectly legal and lawful for the citizens of North Carolina. So, after leaving the sheriff's office, I said, my first stop was the gas station. I stood at the pump, put some gas in the old vehicle back there, and just walked around the pump, walked around the vehicle. Then I went in the store to make a purchase. Of course, people are like, to give you the what's going on here look. And I guess me and being dressed the way I am today, with this and with the got shirt with the knife on the back. You can't see the back of it. I'm sure I got a lot of attention today just from eyeballs. So then my next stop was about 10 minutes ago. I went into a restaurant just to get a quick carry-out, some sushi. Walked in, walked out. I said, let me do this one more time today. So I went to the gas station down the bottom of the hill. Walked in. Guy came in the door behind me, and he looked down at it, and he said, oh, go ahead. Giving me the right of way. Go figure. Even though I was in the door before him. But he had already picked his products up and was headed towards the register before me, but he gave me the right of way. Come on. And he stood back about 10 feet. And I just picked up a bag of candy, little red cherry balls, sour cherry balls, just to make a purchase. And then I left. Very pleasant. And I'm familiar with the guy that works there. So I'm like, you have a nice day, catch you later. But now, I just look at, let me back up a second. And I even asked the deputy, I said, well, why don't more people exercise their right? I've seen a couple of guys with shotguns in the back of their pickups. And the response was, well, most people don't bother with it because they don't want to get into trouble. get into trouble, but it's legal. So what trouble can you get in? Now, I even went and researched and looked at some cases in North Carolina where it has gone all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court tossed it out. Get out of my face. It's legal in North Carolina. So why people don't do it, I don't understand. But everybody out there is, well, not everyone. There's so many people out there squawking and crying and whining. Oh, it's crime. Oh. And then you got the stupid ones, guns kill people. But now they're passing all this legislation trying to take away your sidearms, your weapons. These are the same people that are going to be crying when they're going to need them. Stupidity. People are just stupid. So, but anyway, that's what the Watchmen did today. And you know, it's so fitting. Today is the Feast of Trumpets. Midnight last night, I blew my shofar. And today, I liberated myself, in a sense, with that on my hip today. Some of you out there in various states that you're in, you take the time and you pay the money to hide your sidearm under your shirt or your jacket. Why? Especially if it's legal for you to carry it openly. And it doesn't cost a thing. Especially if the laws protect you. Their laws. You know what I'm saying. Well, in closing, just want to show you all something. And this only applies to those it applies to, that know what it is. Yep, it's on the side of the Jeep. Both sides, actually. And believe me, I've gotten some looks on that too. What's wrong with people? I just don't get it. I mean, I get it, but, you know, for the sake of conversation, I don't get it. People are funny. But now my next, see, another thought occurs to me. And when I was speaking with the deputy, I offered that example of the YouTuber that I saw that was in Walmart, even though it was another state. So I said, so what happens, you know, if John or Jane Doe sees you and then they call? And she said, but it's okay. But then she added to that, well, I don't think you can go in Walmart with it. I said, okay, I mean, that's understandable. If it's posted, no weapons, no knives, then so be it. That's the right of the establishment. So I drove by Walmart out of curiosity. Twice. I went all the way up, looked at all 1, 2, 3, 4 doors, drove back down, looked at the doors again, and stopped and scrutinized the doors. There is no postings on Walmart doors that says a person can't go in the store exercising their rights like this. At least in, it's time to go in, mosquitoes. At least in North Carolina. So for those of you that are in North Carolina and you are pro, how do I want to word this? You are for your Yah-given rights. According to Scripture, you should have a sword. If you have that mentality, exercise the rights that you've been given according to North Carolina state laws. Wear it. believe me, you'll be sending a message. And especially if some people that see you are knowledgeable and savvy, they might start to wake up and say, well, you know what? I'm going to start wearing mine. I may have set a precedent here in this little small town today because I'm the only person of this color that brandishes, well, excuse me, I don't brandish, that open carries according to what's legal and lawful that I've seen. And it's a small town and I've seen just about everybody. So that's something you ought to think about in your respective state. Till next time, this is the Watchman. Shalom.